Hi guys, so I'm back in another video for the S300CBi, and for this we're just gonna get going. I have read through the manual, and I now understand a few more things. For example, I only did one of the frictions. I forgot this one down here, uh, so that might have been why it was being a bit strange. Um, but we'll get the helicopter started up, and I wanted to quickly do something because I saw something in the manual as well that I just quickly want to check. So open here, and you could apparently do a move-in animation. Well, I guess that's just a quick way to. So if I go into free camera, go down low, get close to the helicopter, and click that to move in. Doesn't look like I can do it. Yeah, okay, right, so it just puts you inside. That's fine. Sweet. Alright, so throttle comes off, fuel mixture's out. We'll just quickly get the checklist. We're not gonna bother that much with it. Put it away very quickly, because we're just gonna do a quick flight, and I just want to test some of these things, and fly with the friction properly set, because actually, no, I think it was set, because when I turned the friction on, I never turned this friction on, so it would have been, fine. So now the controls don't move at all, whereas before when I had this off, they were still moving side to side. Ah, now I understand. Okay, so you're going to turn them off. Off. And move swiftly. Of course, the stick wouldn't have moved if I didn't have the friction set properly. Right. So we're just going to jump into it and jump into getting the fuel shut off, fuel pump in, not fuel pump, just fuel flow in, get the battery on. Right, we're gonna get the throttle set to just a tad bit, right? And then we're gonna turn the fuel boost on. We're gonna check for the fuel pressure up here. We're gonna put the mixture full rich in for 3 seconds. Fuel boost comes off. Alright, so we'll do that. So fuel pressure is good. And 1, 2, 3 comes out, and fuel boost goes off. That's good, and that stays up. That's good. That's what we want. Magneto switch to both. Okay, beacon comes on. Throttle closed again. Starter engage, and then we want to be able to engage the that's starting and that's not moving. Want to be able to engage the mixture, I was trying to say. So starter going on. That was a rough start, but we have started nevertheless. That is what we want. Mixture's full in and rich. And check that the RPM is up there. Start stabilizing, but we want it to stabilize right at about 1400. 1300 and 1400. Sweet. Oil pressure is also good, so no worries there. Alternator switch can come on, and all we have to do is a clutch. So got to engage that. We want to remember to do that. It's a crucial part of everything. Pretty good to see. Okay, so that actually lights all of that up. That's pretty sweet. We'll keep them on. We'll also light up the panel lights, but we'll dim them. They're not that visible. You just want to have them a little bit. Alright, that's pretty sweet. So what we're gonna do is engine speed to 1500. Okay. And then in one motion set the clutch rates to engage, so full up, set there, and then set it back to the middle. So click, and then back to the middle. And that engages, and then we know it's working. Now we just gotta have patience. That's all. It's gonna take a bit of time, and I'm gonna be patient. There we go. And then the RPM is going to drop, which is why we keep it at 1500, because otherwise it will drop too low. Rotor RPM is going to come up, and as soon as they join, we can mess about with the throttle as we want. Then we can get the governor on, and then when the governor is on, we can just shoot the throttle up there to 100% and not worry about the throttle ever again. Is basically the governor's job. So governor's on. Did that go out? No. So governor should engage, and then we should see that light come out. There we go. Governor is engaged. Sweet. And rotors are spinning, and everything looks good. Position lights will get on, and there's this. Yes, was a landing light, as I tuned, but was not quite clear about. Put that away. Both bucks can come up. It'd be nice if we could put it here in this compartment so we can get it out easily, but no big deal. We'll get the collective friction off, and then we'll get the frictions off down here. Well, getting outside there, we go. That friction's off, and that friction's off. Now we can move freely. Everything. Alright. Sweet, we will get going then. So on this Schweitzer, we don't have an attitude indicator. I know that there is an attitude indicator on some helicopters, or some Schweitzer 300s. I also read that there is no manifold pressure limit, so as long as your RPMs and temperatures and pressures are operating within the green, you can max out that manifold pressure as you want. We're going to try that. We're going to keep an eye on everything. Manifold pressure is coming up, and we are pulling a lot here, and you can feel it. You can feel it in the helicopter. You can feel it and how it flies. So we've got a lot of collective in there. See how unstable that is. So we're not going to experiment anymore with that. We're going to keep it between 20 and 25. That seems to be a pretty good area to have it at. Pretty good number. And then we'll turn around, and you know what? We're just going to come in from this direction. And so approach down. We're really going to keep an eye on everything. Keep an eye on the engine and rotor RPM. And come down on our speed as well, given that we are descending quite fast. Everything sure is looking great though. And that shadow, beautiful. Alright, seeing how it behaves here with no rudder input. Gets a nose far out there to the left, far out there. And of course as we increase collective it comes back around. center. Sweet. Set it down and we'll be on our merry way again. This is going to be a considerably shorter episode than the other one, but we are, after this episode, going to get into some... oh, look at that, that's beautiful. I love the touchdown in Schweizer. But after this, we'll get into some kind of backcountry flying. We'll get into some confined areas, and I'm going to read up on the procedure for auto-rotation. I did not believe that that was described in the manual, but apparently the auto-rotation procedure is fully accurate, so what you would do in an auto-rotation in a real Schweizer should work here in the virtual one. So that I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to doing some emergency training. So I feel fairly confident flying this. It's not too difficult from the S350. It is a bit more sensitive, and I'm being kind of careful with it. I have not pushed it anywhere, nowhere, and hope its limits are. That descent might have been a bit fast, but should be good. That descent was a bit fast and possibly a bit aggressive, but I was keeping an eye on everything that I could imagine that could go wrong, and I wasn't putting the structure under too much G or anything like that, so I'm not afraid that it's gonna simply break from doing a steep descent down. This of course would have a tendency to go into vortex ring state or settling with power, so always got to keep an eye out for that. We'll come in here and taxi back and touch down at the helipad, and then as soon as I can I'll get out flying in the backcountry, in the rural areas. We'll take it out, and we might take it to the east and land maybe even northeast, and land it somewhere to the to that side, putting it in some rural field or clearing in the middle of the forest, something like that. I really got to get my my helicopter centered here, keep the pedal inputs flowing, but I don't actually have pedals at the moment, so I'm using a twist joystick. I do have the X56, so my twist joystick isn't bad, but it is a bit annoying using, so I'll need to get some rudder pedals as soon as I can. So yeah, make sure that crazy guy in the pickup truck isn't gonna cut in front of us as we taxi. Watch out for this fence, get above that, and then we'll slow down, land. This is a really nice helicopter. I really enjoy flying it, and I'm already picking up on some things, starting to understand how everything works and why it works like it does. That was apparently that was an excellent landing, but I thought it was a bit rough. I didn't even get in a hover. We might do a flight next time with the out the doors and all of that. Sweet. Everything is really animated, isn't it? Absolutely awesome. So we'll get the throttle down, then we'll disengage the governor. Keep an eye on everything. It looks beautiful. The fan belt. Awesome. Alright, well, that'll be it for this episode. I'll see you in the next one for some flying out in the wilderness. So until then, bye.